Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I am back with another interesting advanced analytics problem. I've solved this problem using both SQL and Python. In this video, we will be discussing the solution in SQL. Link to the Python solution is available in the description below. Make sure you watch the video till end and please subscribe to my channel if not already done yet. So as we can see, like the data set which we have is from Uber. And in this particular data set, we have like first name, last name, like employee ID, we are having hire date, we are having termination date, and we are having salary of that particular employee, right? And with respect to that, in this problem statement, what we have to calculate is the longest period of hiring and the longest period of termination, right? So basically, with respect to hiring, since how many days that particular company did not hire, and since how many days that company did not terminated any of the employee, we have to basically figure out both of these, right? So yeah, without wasting any time, let's get started the solution in SQL. So, like in this particular problem, we will basically solve like a number of days since when that particular company had not hired any employee, right? And in the like next query, we will be discussing about like number of days since when that particular company did not fired any employee, right? So since we have to discuss like only hiring, right, or like number of days like just for hiring, so over here basically I will select or like I will work on just on the hire date, right? So over here I will select hire date, right? And like apart from that, basically we will over here, let's say like if a particular like employee or like hire date is missing for a particular employee, right? Because that could be the possibility in the data set, right? Let's say if the hire date is missing, we have to basically take away those particular cases, right? So I'm just taking those cases or those records where hire date is available, right? So I will filter out those cases where hire date is not available. So where hire date is not null, we have to figure like filter out only those cases where hire date is available, right? So once I will run this, I will get only those cases, right? Now what we have to do basically, we have to take with respect to this, right? So these are the hire dates in ascending order, right? So basically first employee or like first time that company had hired on this date, second time on this, third time on this, and so on, right? Now can I say this thing, if we have to basically fetch like number of days since when that company did not hired anyone, right? So for that, can I say this thing, if we will basically determine the gap between two consecutive hire dates, right? Please hear me out. So basically, let's say if we will be able to determine the gaps between two consecutive higher dates, right? I mean, like then probably we will be able to tell like since these many days, that particular company did not hired anyone, right? So let me just quickly show you with respect to the query, like how and like what I'm saying and like how can we basically implement that in SQL, right? So this is something which we got higher date, right? So let me just quickly put this into CTE. So I'm using with hire date, right? As, and this will be my first CTE, right? Now from this, what I will do, I will basically I have to get like previous hire date along with this hire date, right? So as we all know, like in SQL, in order to get like previous record along with the current record, we are having a strong Windows functions named as lag, right? So using lag, what we will be able to do, we will basically get the previous hire date or previous record attached with the current record, right? So I'm using that over here. I will basically I will select hire date, right? Along with that, I will use lag, lag of what? Lag of hire date again, right? So like lag of hire date, right? Over order by hire date only, because we have to basically first of all first fetch like those dates in ascending order, right? And we have to basically give like, let me just give this as previous hire date, Okay. Now let me just run this query from hire date table. Let me just run this and we'll show you how our output will look like. Yeah, so as you can see, for the very first record, since we don't have anything prior to this, so it will be like null, right? Similarly, for second and third, we are having like previous record is getting attached to this, right? Now, can I say this thing? If I will calculate if I will be able to calculate difference between these two dates, right? So if I will be able to calculate difference between these two dates, right? And from that difference, let's say if I will take the maximum difference, that will be my maximum time since when that particular company did not hire, right? So let me just quickly show you how we will be able to achieve that. So for that, I am giving this as second CTE, right? And from this second CTE, I will like basically be going to calculate the gap between these two, right? So for that, let me just quickly take this as CTE as ordered hire date, right? As, and this will be my second CTE, right? Over here, it should be closed. Okay. Now from this, right? Select star from ordered hire date, right? Now from this, what we have to do, we have to basically calculate the gap between these two dates, right? So for that, I am using date diff function in SQL. So it will be date diff, right? And date diff, we have to calculate or like we have to get the output in number of days, right? So I will use parameter as day over here. I will use previous hire date. So gap between what we have to calculate? We have to calculate gap between previous hire date and hire date, right? And I will say this as gap. Okay. So yeah, and basically we have to take only those records where previous hire date is available, right? Because what will be the difference between this, right? It will be nothing, right? So basically we have to get rid of those records where null value is available. So I'm filtering out those records over here. So where previous hire date is not null. Okay. So where previous hire date is not null, we have to basically get rid of those records. Let me just show you what will be the output from this, right? So yeah, this is some, let me just take those as well. So like hire date and previous hire date as well. So these two columns are, I'm also taking so that like it will be easy to compare, right? Yeah. So as you can see, basically we got gap, we got hire date and previous hire date, right? Now basically from this gap, can I say this thing? The maximum gap out of the entire data set will be my maximum number of days since when that particular company did not hired anyone, right? So for that, what I will do, I will again create this as a CTE. So with, let me just create with gaps as this will be my third CTE, and I will basically take select max gap as longest period without hiring, right? And this I will take from gaps, right? So from gaps, what I'm saying is basically fetch only that particular record where I think there is some issue. Oh, okay. Yeah, so basically fetch only that particular record where there is a maximum value, right? Or maximum gap, right? So for that, yeah, now let me just quickly run this query. It seems there is some error. It is fine. Hire date. Okay. Okay, so let's run and we will be able to debug it. It's saying previous statement with gaps as select hire date, previous date. Okay, let me just remove this probably because like those two fields were not required. Oh, I see. Got it. So basically with we have already used over here. So over here just CTE name will be required. Sorry, my bad. I think like now it's fine. Let me just quickly run this and we'll show you like maximum number of days since that company did not hired anyone. So yeah, so we got like 269 days. Like this is the longest period I would say, right? Since when that particular company did not hired anyone, right? So yeah, that's all we have to basically find in this particular problem, right? So this is with respect to longest period without hiring, right? We have to basically figure out longest period with like between termination as well, right? So let's say if a particular like company had terminated today, or like let's say in the month of Feb, I would say. So since how long that particular company did not terminated anyone, right? So again, the logic will be same. Over there, we have to basically work on the termination date. So in the base data set, we are having termination date as well, right? Let me just quickly show you. So in the base data set, we are having termination date, right? So for that, we have to just work on termination date, right? Let me just show you the query which I have written for termination date as well. Uh, the entire concept and everything will be same. As you can see over here, we are fetching termination date and only those records where termination date is not null. We are using lag function to basically get previous termination date, right? And then again we are like doing date difference to basically figure out or to calculate difference between previous termination date and current termination date, right? And from there we are basically like fetching out maximum gap, right? So basically logic wise it's completely same, right? The only thing is like we have to work on the termination date column. Yeah, so yeah guys, that's all from my side. I hope you like this particular video and you got to learn something new from this. Thank you one and all. Have a great day ahead. Bye bye.